dices ahorita que me quieres a tu lado, qué lindo sería.
Yeah, so it's on Thursday that second place Barcelona will be hosting Villarreal at the Camp Nou. And they do so still smarting from Sunday's defeat in El Clasico. Despite being only 3 points off the top of the table, head coach Xavi finds himself under scrutiny. Much of it to do with the team's poor showing so far in the UEFA Champions League, rather than their league form. Some pundits have been saying the job appears too big for the man widely regarded as the best midfielder in Barca's glorious history. Here's what Xavi has been saying about his and his team's fortunes to date. Of course, he says, it's football. People on the street raise their fists at me as a sign of encouragement. Now we have to continue and face reality, but I'm always positive. With the effort made by the club and the squad we have to compete for trophies. And if we don't win, as the president, Joan Laporta, said, there will be consequences, starting with me. If we don't win, another coach will come in. But I am going to give everything so that this works. Leighton, he is ready for whatever.
Sounds like a man resigned to his fate already. Look, one of the things with Barcelona and Real Madrid is that they hold their coaches to very high standards. Barcelona is in a rebuild. They're also facing a very tricky financial situation. Yet they expect this club to perform as if everything is A-OK. And it's not always practical, I find, to have those expectations when you're going through these difficult moments. Because yeah, on the field, in the league, in La Liga, they're doing okay. They're second to Real, but 3-3 against Inter Milan, and then losing one of them and then drawing 3-3. They've not been the club that they expect to be. And I don't think that it's realistic to expect Barcelona to be back at top as quickly as the people inside the club expect. I think they need to be patient. I know that there are financial ramifications for that because Barcelona is in significant debt. They had to sell off a lot of their properties. So you're hoping that this team goes far in the Champions League, which they are not in anymore. So of course the pressure is going to come to bear, but is it fair? I'm not convinced that it is.
Well, they're Barcelona, and they'll tell you that they didn't spend 130 million plus in the summer to be okay. So they're expecting that the team should be flying. Let's look at Xavi's record at Barcelona. 50 games, 28 wins, 11 draws, 11 losses for a win percentage of 56%. They say that 56% win rate is the worst of any Barca coach with 50-plus games since 2001. Worse than Ronald Koeman, who every week was told that he was going to be sacked as soon as the club could afford to do so.
Yep.
But here's the thing, though. Barcelona in La Liga have been good. But it's in Europe that the problem is. And he wouldn't be under this pressure if he had the exact same results in La Liga, if the team put in the same performance in El Clasico and got the same 3-1 defeat against Real Madrid. If he was in charge of his Champions League destiny, there would be no pressure. But because the future of Barcelona being mortgaged and leveraged out, the deep run in the Champions League is the guarantee to make them realize the spending that they would have shelled out in the summer to give him the tools to succeed. So they say, okay, quarterfinals at best. Now it's clear that they won't go to the quarterfinals. That's why people are saying, wait, this man couldn't be the man for the job, because you have Lewandowski, you have Dembele, you have Rafinha, you have Ansu Fati, you have Xavi, you have Pedri, you have all of these pieces, and you're floundering in the Champions League. So poor Xavi is coming under pressure for the team's failure to go through to the last 16 of the Champions, which is mathematically still possible, but only the most extreme mathematics has them still alive in the Champions League. They're dead. But La Liga isn't so bad, but his fat is getting fried for another competition.
Yeah, and the thing is, look, Champions League is the teams in the Champions League are the best in Europe, possibly the best in the world. Right now, though, realistically, Barcelona is not. I mean, you talk about Lewandowski and Rafinha and all them coming. Lewandowski is 100 years old. I mean, he's not the player that used to score 100 goals a season for Bayern Munich. Rafinha is still developing into the player that many expect him to be. And in reality, Real Madrid is the team that has all of the talent in Spain right now, because they have an influx of players, an embarrassing wealth of riches that Barcelona does not have right now. So the expectations of them doing well in Europe is a little bit, for me, for Laporta and company, a little bit too ambitious right now. And I understand the dynamics of what it means to run deep in the Champions League because of the financial rewards that come with it. The fact is, if you have, I use this analogy a lot, if you put a Corolla in a race with the Formula One cars, you're going to struggle. And right now, Barcelona is not at that level just yet. That's just me. When you look at, even in the league, I mean, they're doing well in La Liga, but when you look at the games that they play, Barcelona usually dominates teams. Now teams are not afraid of them anymore, and they're pushing them to the hills. I mean, look at the margins of victory as compared to Real Madrid, for example. They're not the team that Laporta expects them to be, and not right now.
All right, to England now, and 5 matches were played in the EPL today. We have the results for you. Southampton, they went to Bournemouth, not far, not a long trip. 1-0 they won. Liverpool beat West Ham 1-0, the Hammers missing a penalty. Brentford and the Chelsea couldn't find a goal. Newcastle, they squeezed past Everton 1-0. And Manchester United beat Tottenham Hotspur 2-0. The best performance people are saying of the Eric Ten Hag era. It was a dominating 2-0 performance. I saw you watching the West Ham-Liverpool game because, of course, that's where your interest is, given that you're a Liverpool supporter.
Actually watched both games.
How did they look today?
They coming off of the intensity of the Manchester City game, they weren't as intense, but they were good enough defensively. And I think, notwithstanding the missed penalty from West Ham, I think Liverpool deserved the win because Núñez was very good today, and it's an indication of how good he can be for Liverpool going forward. Manchester United surprised me though, because this is a very good Spurs team, and the way in which they dominated this game tells you that Ten Hag's methodology system is beginning to take hold, and I think that's a good thing for the league because Manchester United doing well in the Premier League means the Premier League is doing even better.
All right, so that's the EPL. Those games played today. Liverpool among the winners. Manchester United winning. Southampton winning. Newcastle also with a victory. Chelsea could only draw away to the Bees. Back with more after the break. Zone Update 2 on the other side.